Julius Caesar. Welcome, dear viewers. Today, we dive into the fascinating life of one of history's most legendary figures, Gaius Julius Caesar. But this time, let's hear the story from Caesar himself. I was born on the 13th of July in the year 100 BC in the bustling, impoverished Subura district of Rome. My family, once noble, had fallen on hard times. My mother, Aurelia, was my rock. She ensured I received an excellent education, and even the esteemed historian Tacitus praised her. Around the age of 10, I began studying under Marcus Antonius Nifo, a master of Greek and Latin literature. I developed a deep love for the works of Homer and honed my skills in rhetoric and persuasion. I spent countless hours at the Roman Forum, observing and learning from the greatest orators of my time. My career began in a Rome torn apart by civil wars. In 88 BC, a bloody conflict raged between Lucius Cornelius Sulla and the Populares, led by my great-uncle Gaius Marius and Lucius Cornelius Cinna. This struggle was not just about power, but about how the Roman Empire should be governed. The old system was no longer suitable for the vast empire it had become. Amid this chaos, I sided with the Populares. I married Cornelia, Cinna's daughter, and was appointed Flamen Dialis, the priest of Jupiter. But life took a dramatic turn when Sulla came to power in 82 BC. Sulla, who declared his enemies outlaws through prescriptions, forced me to divorce Cornelia. I refused, was placed on the proscription list, and had to go into hiding. Thanks to my mother's family and the Vestal Virgin's intercession, I was granted amnesty. Sulla warned that I harbored dangerous potential. I left Rome and began a military career in Asia and Cilicia, where I distinguished myself with my bravery. I earned the Corona Civica for saving a fellow citizen during the Battle of Mytilene. In 80 BC, I served as an envoy to the court of Nicomedes IV of Bithynia, though rumors of a scandalous relationship with Nicomedes tarnished my reputation. After Sulla's death in 78 BC, I returned to Rome and worked as a lawyer. In 75 BC, while traveling to Rhodes to study rhetoric, I was captured by Cilician pirates. They demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver, but I laughed and insisted they ask for 50. While my associates gathered the ransom, I treated the pirates as subordinates, joining their games and jesting that I would crucify them once freed. They found it amusing, but I was deadly serious. Once released, I raised a fleet, captured the pirates, and true to my word, had them crucified. My political career took off. I became Quaestor Aedile and ultimately Pontifex Maximus. But the real highlight came when I formed an alliance with Crassus and Pompey in 60 BC, known as the First Triumvirate. Together, we would control Rome. As consul in 59 BC, I passed laws granting land to Pompey's veterans and introducing new tax leases in Asia. This led to fierce opposition, especially from my co-consul Bibulus, who tried to sabotage decision-making by claiming he had seen bad omens and staying home. But I was determined and used street gangs to intimidate obstructive senators. My power grew, laying the foundation for my future conquests. After my consulship, I was appointed proconsul of Gallia Cisalpina, Illyria, and later Gallia Transalpina. I embarked on a series of spectacular campaigns in Gaul. The Gallic tribes were divided, but I exploited their divisions and conquered their territories one by one. My first major victory was against the Helvetii, who sought to migrate westward. I destroyed a bridge over the Rhone to stop their advance. The Helvetii attempted a detour, but I intervened and defeated them at the Battle of Bibracte. This was only the beginning. In 57 BC, I conquered the Belgae, followed by Normandy and Brittany. I defeated the Germanic Usurpates in Tincteri and built a bridge over the Rhine in 10 days to impress the Romans. I even crossed to Britain twice, though I achieved no lasting success there. My most famous victory came in 52 BC at the Siege of Alesia, where I defeated the Gallic leader Vercingetorix and took him prisoner. My campaigns in Gaul made me immensely popular in Rome, but also feared by my political enemies. But my growing power frightened Rome. In 50 BC, the Senate ordered me to return without my legions. I refused and crossed the Rubicon, declaring, "Alia viacta est," the die is cast. A new civil war began. My rapid advance on Rome caught my enemies off guard. Pompey and the senators fled south, and I took the capital with little resistance. I pursued Pompey to Brindisi, but he escaped to Greece. I regrouped my troops and crossed the Adriatic Sea. In 48 BC, the decisive Battle of Pharsalus took place, where I crushed Pompey's forces. Pompey fled to Egypt, where he was murdered on the orders of Pharaoh Ptolemy XII. I followed Pompey to Egypt and met Cleopatra there. The charismatic pharaoh won me over, and we began a romance. Cleopatra became pregnant by me and bore me a son, Caesarion. I helped Cleopatra defeat her brother Ptolemy XII in the Alexandrian War and installed her as pharaoh. Together, we celebrated our victory with a triumphant cruise down the Nile. Back in Rome, I was appointed dictator. I embarked on a series of reforms to strengthen the Roman Republic. I introduced the Julian calendar, based on the Egyptian calendar, which still forms the basis of our modern calendar. I distributed land to my veterans, reformed the tax system, and initiated large building projects, such as the Forum of Caesar and the Temple of Venus Genitrix. I also sought to reform the Senate by including Gallic nobles, which infuriated my opponents. My growing power and royal behavior, however, increasingly met with resistance. I had my image printed on coins and wore purple robes, symbols of royal power. All this led to a conspiracy to assassinate me. On March 15, 44 BC, the Ides of March, I was betrayed and murdered by a group of senators, including my friend Brutus. With 23 stab wounds, my life ended. My last words, according to legend, "Et tu, Brute?" Even you, Brutus? These words marked the ultimate betrayal. After my assassination, the conspirators fled the city, but the ensuing chaos led to another civil war. Marcus Antonius, my loyal lieutenant, took control of Rome and vowed revenge on my murderers. My death marked the end of the Roman Republic and the rise of the empire. My adopted son, Octavian, defeated my murderers at the Battle of Philippi and became Rome's first emperor, Augustus. My legacy includes military successes, political reforms, and cultural contributions such as the Julian calendar. My life and death marked a turning point in history, and my name lives on as a symbol of power, betrayal, and greatness. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic tales from history. Until next time.